In this video, we'll be seeing about how to make a spiral origami structure using grasshopper meshes. And the main key point here is to construct this pattern and this mesh using grasshopper, and then we can simulate the folding behavior of any origami pattern. And the aim is also to make it generalized in such a way that we can vary the length, width and height of the origami whenever required. So here, as you can see, when I vary this, the length of the origami changes. And this is how the spiral pattern looks. In this video, we'll see how to create such patterns from scratch using grasshopper. So let's get started. Now open up a new grasshopper window and let's start by initializing a numbers slider. If you have seen the second video of this playlist, you know that we need to use the series component to make any generalized pattern. So let me use a series component, double click and just enter series, you'll get the component, and let the start be 0, and I'll use this for the step, and let me use another slider for the count. So here we got a series from 0 to 45 in steps of 5, and let us use this to create a point x, y, z. Construct point will give us how to construct points by using the input parameters, and if you give this series for the input x, and you get 10 points because y and z will be initialized with 0 by default. Let us repeat this for another set of 10 points, and now we'll just change the y value alone to a different number. So we got another set of 10 points, and this gives you a basic skeleton of the spiral pattern that we saw, where these lines correspond to the valley and these slant lines will correspond to the mountain fold. Now our aim is to make those lines. So let's use the line component, and you should be using this line component which takes in 2 points as input and inputs and gives a line. And we have 10 and 10 points here, so giving those 10 points as inputs, we'll get 10 lines as the output. So we have got the valley lines here. Now to make the mountain lines, it's a bit tricky that you have to understand the starting point should be from here till the point before the last point, and the ending point should be shifted by 1 point from this point till this. So again, series is the key to make all that. So let me initialize the series component. We'll combine these points together, and that will come in handy later. Let's see how. And now we know that the index of the point that can be visualized by using this point list component. So the index will be 0, 1, 2, so on till 9 here because there are 10 points. The same goes for the bottom set of points too. So as you can see, the starting point, if you are using the line component to make the mountain lines, the starting point should be 0 till 8 and the ending point should be 1 till 9. So to create that series, we have to start with 0 with steps of 1, but not till 10, only 9. So what we are going to do is just use 10 and use the expression value here to set x minus 1. So this will take it as 9, and the output is 0 to 8, which is what we required for the starting point, and the ending point should be 1 to 9. That can be achieved by directly using an addition component. We initialize the other value with 1, so we got 1 to 9 here, and that's it. We have indices of all the points, the starting and the ending points. Now these are just the indices, so to get the points themselves, we use the list item component. So the points are list and the indices are taken from the series. So as you can see, the starting points are highlighted in green here. Let's use another list item to create the ending points. So this will be our list while this will be our indices, and you can see that we got the ending points. So let's just connect them with the line component, and that's it. We got the mountain lines as well. So it's that simple. But the main tricky point now is to create a mesh with this pattern, and let's see how to do that. I'll show how to create a basic mesh first. So this here is the construct mesh component, which is the key component to create any mesh. And as you can see, this input corresponds to the vertices, this to the faces, which is represented as a list, and this is the color which we won't use much. Let's clear the initial values which are there by default. Now we'll make a basic triangular mesh in Grasshopper. Let me initialize 3 points. So you can just create a point component and set 1 point, and you can see here you can type the values of the point. So I'll use 3 points now. So we have got the 3 vertices here. Now let us just combine them together as a single point, so that we'll get a sense of how to generalize it for a general origami pattern. Now we'll use the point list component. Yeah, so we have 0, 1, 2. These are the indices of the point in this point component. So if we are giving this as the vertices, for the face we need to be giving the indices of the points in the exact order, so that we get the triangle. So for example, we need to give T corresponding to triangular mesh, T in the bracket 0, 1 and 2. So to make that, we can use the mesh triangle component. So by default the indices are initialized by 0, 1 and 2. We can directly give it here, and that's it. So the faces correspond to T 0, 1, 2, and the vertices have 3 vertices. So what this component construct mesh does is, it will take these vertices and use the indices obtained from the faces to construct the mesh. So that's how you create a basic mesh. Now let's create a generalized mesh for the spiral pattern. Okay, so here we have got 20 points ranging, the indices ranging from 0 to 19, and we have to somehow create a pattern in such a way that we get all the triangles here as mesh faces, so that we'll create a grasshopper mesh. And the reason why we are making grasshopper mesh is, we'll see that later, because there is a custom made component which can be used, which takes the input as the meshes, mountain and valley lines, and just automatically gives you the how much they're folding. Now the key point here is to create a pattern in such a way that we get the mesh faces. So if you can see here, it can be easily divided into 2 parts. One is the upper triangles. The indices of their vertices correspond to 0, 10, 11, 1, 11, 12, 2, 12, 13 and so on. And the lower triangles, which the indices correspond to 0, 1, 11, 1, 2, 12, 2, 3, 13 and so on. So let's create a construct mesh component here and use these as the vertices. And for the face, as used before, we'll use the mesh triangle component. And the tricky part here is to initialize these indices here. So we'll use the series component to create any kind of patterns. So let us assume that for the upper triangles, this is the first index, this is the second index, and this is the third index. So like that, the first index will be 0, 1, 2 till 8. The second index will be 10, 11, 12 and so on. And the third index will be 11, 12, 13 till 19. So to create this, the first index what we have is 0 to 8 as a series, and I think we have already got that. So that straight away becomes the set of indices for the first corner. Now for the second, we have to just add 10 to the first index. So 0 plus 10 will be 10, 1 plus 10 is 11, and so on. Now to add 10, we'll use an addition component, and the 10 comes from the number of points arranged here, which corresponds to this. So if you make it 8, it will be 0 plus 8. So we'll use this itself to add, and this series. So what we get as a result is 10, 11, so on till 18, and that will be our second index. Now for the third, you can just add 1 to the second index. So just copy paste this addition block, and if you zoom in close enough, you can add another input for this and initialize that with 1. So you got 11 to 19, which correspond to the third index of the upper triangles, and that's all. So if you see the output, it is triangular meshes, 9 triangular mesh faces, whose indices are 0, 10, 11, 1, 11, 12, 2, 12, 13, and so on. So 0, 10, 11, 1, 11, 12, and so on. We have got all the 9 upper triangles, and we have to do a similar thing for the lower triangles as well. So let us assume the lower triangle first index is 0, the second index is 1, the third index is 11. So we got 0, 1, 11, 1, 2, 12, 2, 3, 13, and so on. So the first index is already available, 0 to 8 from this component. The second is 1 to 9, which is also available from this, and the third is just adding 10 to that, 11 to 19, which is also available from this. Yes. So let's use that, the first, second, and the third. Now we have got the vertices, so let's add the faces also. So as you can see that after adding faces, you can see all the 9 faces, 9 upper triangles getting added here. Now using the shift, I can add this as well. So we have got the lower triangles also. Now this mesh will give us a mesh with 20 vertices and 18 faces. Now the main advantage here is you can vary any of these, and this will still be valid. So that's how you make a generalized way to create a mesh in Grasshopper. So I think you understood how to make patterns in Grasshopper and convert them to meshes. In next video, we'll be seeing how to use this mesh and the folding lines that we have got to create the simulation.